Nice that you are looking at public image of Taylor Swift. American executive Paula Erickson handled Swift's public relations from 2007 to March 2014 through her Nashville-based Erickson Public Relations. Swift, who planned to make her PR in-house, then hired Tree Payne, her exclusive publicist. Swift is Payne's first and only known client. Payne has received press coverage for guiding Swift through a number of publicized moments, such as Swift's 2016 controversy with West following the release of his single, Famous, her 2017 sexual assault trial, her choice to speak on politics for the 2018 U.S. midterm elections, the 2019 dispute over her masters, and a 2023 series of claims about Swift by celebrity gossip social media account Do Moi. The decade-spanning feud between Swift and West mutually affected their reputations and cultural perception. In September 2009, at the 2009 MTV Video Music Awards, Swift won the MTV Video Music Award for Best Female Video for her 2009 song, You Belong With Me, becoming the first country singer and one of the youngest artists to win her MTV Video Music Award. While Swift was delivering her speech, West climbed the stage, interrupted her, and took her microphone to declare, "Yo Taylor, I'm really happy for you, I'ma let you finish. But Beyoncé had one of the best videos of all time," referring to Single Ladies, 2008. Swift was then escorted backstage. Beyoncé later won Video of the Year that evening and invited Swift to finish her speech. Nevertheless, West's actions were met with widespread criticism. Then U.S. President Barack Obama called West a jackass on television. West issued apologies and blamed his difficult day, but subsequently recanted. Swift joked about the incident in her Saturday Night Live monologue in November 2009. Swift and West posed together in photographs from the 57th Annual Grammy Awards in 2015. And she stated that they had become friends with help from Jay-Z, a mutual friend. The feud was reignited when West released his 2016 single, Famous, containing the lyrics, "I feel like me and Taylor might still have sex. Why? I made that bitch famous," in reference to the 2009 incident. West claimed that Swift had approved the lyrics beforehand on a phone call, whereas she said she was not made aware of the second line describing her as a bitch. He also released a music video for Famous, incorporating a naked wax doll of Swift, which she dubbed revenge porn, in 2019. After Swift shaded West in her speech following her Album of the Year win for 1989 at the 58th Annual Grammy Awards, 2016, talking about not letting detractors take credit for her fame. West's then-wife, Kim Kardashian, released trimmed clips of the Swift-West call on Snapchat that appeared to support West's claim. #Taylor Swift is over party became the top trend on Twitter, with viral social media posts calling Swift fake, calculated, manipulative, a snake, a liar, and is not what she seems. Various media criticized, trolled, and cancelled Swift. The backlash caused Swift to step away from the spotlight for a year, avoiding being seen by the press until the 2017 release of Reputation, which was partially inspired by the controversy. It was not until 2020 that the full, unedited footage of the call leaked, proving Swift had not lied, resulting in #Kanye Westis over party becoming the top Twitter trend. The BBC called it the music's most notorious on-off feud. Jones pinpointed her overexposure during the Red and 1989 album cycles as the reason why the media easily turned against her in 2016. Such as an opinion piece from Vice's Grace Medford that attributed Swift's later success to her vilifying West. However, After 2020, media outlets began praising Swift for standing her ground. Shad D'Souza of The Guardian wrote in 2023 that Swift had become immune to hate and re-established herself as the world's favorite pop star. Swift is frequently mobbed, mostly by fans and paparazzi. She has spoken about her lack of privacy and that she is highly aware of the fact that that is not normal. In 2015, Swift's fans swarmed the Narita International Airport in Chiba, Japan, when she landed there, causing flight delays. Swift has experienced numerous instances of house break-in and stalkers across her U.S. homes and locations. Some of the stalkers have also been armed during their pursuits. Swift has received death and rape threats as well. She has won restraining orders against various individuals designated as stalkers. In 2019, she said she carries quick-clot army-grade bandage dressing with her for gunshots or stab wounds. Swift's private jet use has drawn scrutiny and criticism for its carbon emissions after media outlets cited a 2022 report which was compiled based on data posted by the now-defunct Twitter account. In response, a spokesperson for Swift stated that she had purchased more than double the required carbon credits to offset all tour travel and flights to visit Kels. In December 2023, Swift's lawyers sent a cease and desist letter to American programmer Jack Sweeney, the person who owned the jet tracking accounts, alleging stalking and safety risks. Media outlets have reported that the information posted by Sweeney is a synthesis of publicly available data. It was reported in 2024 that Swift sold one of the 2 jets she owned. Swift has been the subject of multiple conspiracy theories. One such theory that originated online in the 2010s claims that she is a clone of the American artist and former Satanist Zena Levy, daughter of the founder of the Church of Satan. An allegation based on Swift's apparent physical similarity to Levy. Swift's use of Gothic elements in some of her performances has drawn accusations of witchcraft from the right wing. A political conspiracy theory about Swift in the U.S., shared by some Republican and conservative thinkers, is that she is a Pentagon psyop, employed by the Democrat-led U.S. federal government to control public opinion. Prior to her open support of Democratic candidates in 2018, some alt-right internet users theorized that Swift was a neo-Nazi, Aryan princess, with a white supremacist agenda. However, Swift has criticized racism and white supremacy. A small faction of Swift's own fans, called Gaylors, have purported claims that Swift is romantically involved with other women but closeted due to societal expectations. Based on their interpretations of her music, lyrics, and aesthetics, journalists have largely dismissed it as a baseless, parasocial conspiracy theory, infringing on her private life. Swift, who identifies as pro-choice, is a feminist figure in the media. Her career has been studied to understand its feminist aspects. She has criticized the way media depicts women, for example, in an appearance on the show Tout le monde en parle. Swift stated she couldn't stand the way media portrays young women as rivals rather than allies. She has regularly donated to various feminist causes and women's empowerment programs. According to a 2023 survey by Morning Consult, 52% of Swift's US fans are women, while 48% are men. Swift's romantic life is highly publicized. Her dating life has been a subject of tabloid scrutiny and has thus prompted some pop culture news outlets to slut-shame her. The media enjoys guessing the celebrity inspiration behind Swift's songs. In the words of Rosen, who wrote that outlets maligned Swift as a serial kisser and teller, as an entitled rich kid, as a mean girl with a victim complex, attributing it partly to the shrill, tone of Swift's early songs. However, Rosen also stated that there is a sexist double standard in the policing of Swift's confessions, especially when you consider the routine misogyny in the songs of rockers, rappers, and woebegone beardy indie balladeers. Some media outlets and journalists are also noted for their bias, frequently vilifying Swift for clickbait or to gain readership, capitalizing on consumer interest in juicy details about Swift's life. More songs are about love than anything else, how wonderful it is when it begins, and how deeply painful it can be when it ends. Taylor Swift did not invent this idea. People have been singing songs about broken hearts as long as music and broken hearts have existed, and her male peers aren't questioned in quite the same way she is. Heartbroken girls are labeled as whiny in our society, while heartbroken guys are endearing and lovable. And it sucks. Nicole Pomarico. Taylor's pointing out sexism in the music industry. Bustle journalists have reported on the intense misogyny and slut-shaming directed at Swift, who has been vocal in condemning all forms of sexism. She highlighted misogynistic language used against her in tabloids and headlines, as well as sexist comments discrediting her achievements. She stated that her dating life has become a bit of a national pastime, and does not appreciate the careful, bro, she'll write a song about you trope as it trivializes her artistry. Some opined Swift is an easy target for male derision, triggering fragile male egos, and that she infuriates male critics by not looking like a sex bot, challenging the male gaze. According to Rosen, some media and public censure Swift's acidic lyrics about former partners while praising male artists like Bob Dylan, Elvis Costello and Drake for the same. Revealing the double standards. Several former detractors of Swift have blamed their subconscious misogyny. The Daily Telegraph opined that Swift's antennae for sexism are crucial for the industry. In various media, Swift has been the subject of comments, jokes, punchlines and memes that have been perceived as sexist. The New Feminist highlights, apart from sexist men, several women also channel their internalized misogyny towards Swift. At the 70th Golden Globe Awards, January 2013, hosts Tina Fey and Amy Poehler delivered a joke about Swift, following tabloid news that week that claimed Swift had broken up with Connor Kennedy. Fey said that given Swift's interest in famous guys, she should stay away from actor Michael J. Fox's son, who was escorting the award winners off the stage that evening. Poehler disagreed and said, "Swift should go for it," to which Fey retorted. The joke was the subject of viral news coverage. Fey also had a history of joking about Swift's dating life. 2 months later, when Vanity Fair asked about Fey and Poehler, Swift quoted Madeleine Albright. "There's a special place in hell for women who don't help other women." She subsequently elaborated, "For a female to write about her feelings, and then be portrayed as some clingy, insane, desperate girlfriend in need of making you marry her and have kids with her. I think that's taking something that potentially should be celebrated. A woman writing about her feelings in a confessional way, that's taking it and turning it and twisting it into something that is, frankly, a little sexist." In June 2013, American retail company Abercrombie & Fitch sold shirts saying, "More boyfriends than TS." After backlash from Swift's fans, the retailer withdrew them. Westboro Baptist Church leader Ben Phelps called Swift the poster child for the young whores of doomed America, accusing her of fornication and sin-coddling songs, and announced plans to protest at her concert. In October 2014, on Australian radio show, Jules, Merrick and Sophie, Swift stated she is unfairly criticized for her lyrics compared to her male peers. "You're going to have people who are going to say, Oh, you know, like. She just writes songs about her ex-boyfriends. And I think frankly that's a very sexist angle to take. No one says that about Ed Sheeran. No one says that about Bruno Mars. They're all writing songs about their exes, their current girlfriends, their love life, and no one raises the red flag there. In a 2016 interview, when asked what advice she would give her 19-year-old self, Swift replied, "Hey, you're going to date just like a normal 20-something should be allowed to. But you're going to be a national lightning rod for slut-shaming." In a 2019 interview with New Zealand DJ Zane Lowe on Apple Music One, Swift stated that the slut-shaming happened to at a very young age, so that was a bit hard. That was one of the first time was like, wow, this is not fair. In the article, Why Women Say Sorry Too Much and What to Say and Do Instead, for the Australian Broadcasting Corporation, Kate Medina highlighted Swift's comments on her struggles to deprogram the misogyny in my own brain in Miss Americana. Medina wrote that being trained to say sorry is a conundrum women have been stuck in since the Middle Ages, and that girls are often taught to value empathy over masculine traits, such as strength and assertiveness, and hence they feel the need to cushion their actions with an apology. In March 2021, Swift criticized the writers of Netflix series Ginny and Georgia for using a lazy, deeply sexist joke, slut-shaming her. Beth Ashley of Grazia wrote, "Sexism is why male celebrities like Pete Davidson are celebrated for his dating history, while Swift is shamed and shunned." In 2024, Ekta Sinha of Ellie attributed much of the criticism and vitriol Swift has historically received to the fact that the majority of her audience are women. She said, "Men love hating on the things women enjoy," citing Barbie, 2023, and the South Korean boy group BTS as further examples. In a controversial June 2024 Newsweek opinion piece, writer John McGleon questioned if Swift is a good role model for girls as she is unmarried and childless at age 34. It was criticized as misogynistic, with the Evening Standard's Claire Cohen saying, if Swift was married with children, she'd be criticized for leaving her family at home while she selfishly went on tour and accused of emasculating her husband by being the breadwinner. Arwa Mahdavi of The Guardian wrote, "This extraordinarily misogynistic piece is noteworthy because it reflects the manosphere's toxic obsession with Swift. There's nothing insecure men love more than trying to bring successful women down a peg or two." This is the end of the video. Don't forget to subscribe. See you next time. Bye.